on a cool and windy night in Commerce City, just outside of Denver, Colorado. The Los Angeles Galaxy, 5-0-1, 16 points, first in the Western Conference. Here's the starting 11, brought to you by Home Depot.
Well, for the first time all season, Bruce Arena has the same starting 11 as that win against the Philadelphia Union, the 3-1 win in that one. Landon Donovan will have a little bit of a different role as he will be tracking back a little bit more defensively. How about for the Colorado Rapids? Well, just one change for them, and that comes in defense. It is Julien Baudet, the 31-year-old that is born in France. He will come into the starting lineup to replace Danny Earls in defense. Mastroeni, Bellucci, and Laurentowicz, that's the key right there. If the Galaxy can shut them down, they'll have good success tonight.
Galaxy head coach Bruce Arena, he's actually the head coach and the general manager. 96 career wins in Major League Soccer, and his counterpart tonight, Gary Smith, is trying to turn everything around in Colorado, get him going in the right direction.
Yeah, so far he's on the right track as he has come in here, replaced Fernando Clavillo a couple of seasons ago during the season, came in though and has transformed this roster similar to what Bruce Arena has done with the Galaxy, and I think now he has the players underneath him that he's been looking for.
Well, Smith did a good job in 2009. He led the Rapids to their highest point total in 3 seasons, and that included an 8-game unbeaten streak. Late arriving crowd in Commerce, and their attendance has been a little bit soft this year, averaging about 13,000 a match. Todd Donovan back line for the Galaxy. The Los Angeles Galaxy defense tops in Major League Soccer. They've allowed 2 goals in 6 games.
It's Burchell right there acting as that 5th defender, as I told you in the keys to the game to finish up Galaxy Live. He's going to sit right there in front of the back 4, almost make a triangle in front of Omar Gonzalez and Greg Berhalter to make it very difficult for Colorado to attack up the middle.
Berhalter now plays that ball forward to Donovan. Good play by Juninho. And to Edson Buttle, who steps across. A little scissor, now back to Landon Donovan, the captain. Gordon did a good job after that first touch to regain and keep possession. Alan Gordon making his 2nd consecutive start. Played very well against Philadelphia. Here he is now, on ball. Can't get to it, rolls over the touchline. You know, Gordon, maybe the only question is his fitness. Do you think he can play 90?
I don't think Bruce, especially with the altitude here at Dick's Sporting Goods Park, I don't think that Bruce expects to leave him in for the entire 90 minutes, similar to what we saw last time where he played about 70 minutes against Philadelphia. And again, the game will dictate. You know, I think if the Galaxy is pressing to try and find an equalizer or trying to get the winning goal sometime in the second half, Gordon's probably a player that you want to leave on. Galaxy heading straight to Seattle after this game for Saturday's affair, but brought 19 players here. The lone player not dressing is Mike McGee. Same 18 as the Galaxy put out against Philadelphia.
By the way, looking ahead, that match at Seattle, we'll have it for you on FS West. It's a daytime affair. It's still cool in Seattle this time of year. Pre-game bound at 12:30, kickoff at 1 o'clock. There's Connor Casey. Showed you the graphic already, but he is just death against the Galaxy. He has 4 goals in 5 games. And he's one of the other guys that's been mentioned by Bradley, the U.S. national coach, to join that World Cup team. Herculez Gomez in there. Brian Ching, if he can get healthy. How many guys will he take out of that small group?
That's a good question, but you mentioned Herculez Gomez, former Galaxy and former Rapid player, and tied for the lead in Mexican soccer in goals in his time there with Puebla. Absolutely tearing the league up over there, along with former Galaxy player Carlos Pescadito Ruiz.
Colorado is balanced. They are 4th in Major League Soccer in scoring with 8 goals. But Mark, in those 8 goals, they only have 2 assists. What does that say about their attack?
Well, I think several of their goals have come from penalty kicks so far this year.
And here's Edson Buttle, top of the area, and stopped by Pickens. Matt Pickens came out to the edge of the 6-yard and parried it away. First look of the night for Edson Buttle, and it was a good one.
Yeah, he got a good little look in space, found a seam right there at the top of the 18. Ball laid right in onto his feet.
Edson Buttle with 26 shots this year.
So you watch as he continues to run as that ball comes through for Alan Gordon. Stevens with the secondary pass.
Michael Stevens is turning out to be a pretty good little passer, isn't he?
Well, and another point you can see right there is how valuable Alan Gordon is, because he, as we alluded to in the game last week against Philadelphia, he now becomes the target. So that means that Edson Buttle doesn't always have to fend off the first defender to try and win the ball.
Here come the Galaxy again, and here comes Buttle, trying to split defenders, cuts back, trying to get it to that right foot. Now the follow-up, and off the crossbar again. Landon Donovan's second week in a row. He has been denied by inches.
Good start right here for Los Angeles. You have to like what you see here in the opening, a little less than 5 minutes. Watch this right here. I thought initially he was going to lay it into the space for Buttle, but then the cutback move here from Edson to get it on his right foot gets it poked away by the defender. As Marvell Wynn came in to push it away. Good follow-up chance, though, for Donovan right there. You can see he was just trying to pick out that upper corner.
Clanking one off the corner of the cage, and you said Donovan would score tonight. He almost did here in the first couple of minutes. Alan Gordon almost winning that ball away from two Rapids defenders.
One of the second keys I showed you in the pregame show is that I think the size and speed of the Galaxy, and in particular the size of Gordon and Buttle against these defenders.
Played almost 6 minutes. We've only casually mentioned Connor Casey, and we haven't mentioned Omar Cummings yet for Colorado. So good sign for the Los Angeles Galaxy defensively. Those are the two big threats for the Rapids. Donovan throw in deep, and it's a good one.
The thing about Casey and Cummings up top is that good blend of power and speed between the two players. Connor Casey being the target, Omar Cummings being the speed that can run off of it. But I think it's going to come down to how the LA Galaxy midfield shuts down Bellucci, Mastroeni, Laurentowicz in the middle part of the park. Deny them a lot of space to serve the ball up top. I mean, look how far back Connor Casey has to come to try and receive it here.
Galaxy would take that all night long. Connor Casey running away from the goal and receiving that ball off his chest at midfield. Virtual midfield, and now the Galaxy move it to the right side of the pitch. Stevens, quick touch out to De La Garza. That's a rookie to a second-year guy. There's Omar Gonzalez, also in his second year, and last year's MLS Rookie of the Year.
Good patience there by Los Angeles. Nothing doing on that right side.
Donovan Ricketts, who has a big boot at sea level, now a mile high and with some breeze tonight, and it is at his back here in the first half. So he's going to be a threat. He might pick up an assist.
Well, the thing is, I think you'll see Marvell Wynn, Drew Moore, and the rest of the defense push a high line in terms of the offside trap to not allow Gordon or Buttle to sit back there and try and get on the end of a long ball from Ricketts.
Colorado made one change from the starting lineup that we showed you. Danny Earls replacing Kosuke Kimura on the back line. That was a late change right before kickoff. And here's a chance here. One-on-one. Cummings against Ricketts. Cummings! And Ricketts came out and stuffed him. And Cummings turns around and looks at the referee and says, no call, no whistle, no love.
Jamaican versus Jamaican right there.
Cummings was all alone. He was clear by 20 yards. First corner kick of the match. And Cummings is still hot. Manny Bellucci will take the corner. And look for Connor Casey in the mess. Goes over Casey's head, loose ball, a bouncer. Left footer, De La Garza got in the way. And the Galaxy able to clear.
Jim, that's the one thing that LA defensively is going to have to be very careful about with the blazing speed of Omar Cummings, is when Omar Gonzalez decides to step forward and call for the offside trap. They have to make sure it's very well timed, because Cummings will be sitting right on the back shoulder of the last defender, trying to time his run to get himself into space just like that.
Here comes Colorado again. Middle third, Stripped away by Burchell. Teams trading possessions. And the Galaxy will regroup. Cummings wanted Bellucci. Perhaps Mastroeni on that diagonal run. Taken away. All of a sudden, Colorado has become the more aggressive of the two. Marvell Wynn with the takeaway.
Well, that's 2 times in about the last minute and a half that Omar Gonzalez has tried to play a direct ball, bypassing the midfield up top for one of the strikers.
Donovan drawing a lot of attention now, slips the ball to Buttle, left side. Buttle, the crossover, Buttle left foot! And it'll be a corner for the Galaxy. Boy, he is so dangerous now. Your heart just speeds up every time Buttle gets it.
Well, let's go back and look at that last chance for Colorado. Watches Donovan Ricketts played it just perfectly. Stayed inside of his area. Actually could have gone with the hands right there and then back the other way. Another good stop and go move from Buttle. Selling it like he's going to cut inside, then back on the left foot. Leads to the first corner of the match here for the Galaxy.
Rapids defense, good recovery there. It's just for a moment. Buttle was all along. Landon Donovan, corner. And headed away. A throw in into the 11th minute.
And with Donovan coming up to take the throw, you always have the weapon of a long throw here from Todd.
Backs up an extra step and into the area, almost to the 6-yard, comes right back to Donovan. Left foot service. It was Gordon who got knocked down. Well, it seems like Colorado all of a sudden has woken up. They were a little passive early.
Yeah, a couple of early chances inside the first 5 minutes for LA. But back the other way just a moment ago, Omar Cummings. That might have been the best chance for either side so far here in the match.
Well played by the Galaxy right there. And it leads to a chance now. Burchell out wide. De La Garza. Remember, he scored last week the opening goal. De La Garza, soft service. The header goes wide. Alan Gordon running through the 18. Called for the ball and it was delivered.
Well, this chance comes through some great soccer from the Galaxy, starting from the midfield. The last final ball coming there from De La Garza. And Alan Gordon knew he had a little more time on the ball to try and guide that one into the far post. Good snapping header, just a little bit off target.
He had so much time because the ball was floating towards him. He turned his hips and really directed that ball to the far post. Just missed. 13th minute, no score. The Galaxy first place in the West and unbeaten. 5-0-1, the Galaxy 16 points. Colorado is 3-2-1. Adds up to 10 points. They're tied for second along with Houston. Knocked out by Burchell. Chance here on a counter. That was Landon Donovan streaking along the touchline, and they tried to get him in full stride.
Yeah, right ball from Stevens, just too tight of a window to try and fit it. Needed to put a little more air underneath it to try and get it up and over the top.
So a bit of a tug of war so far. The Galaxy, a couple of early scoring threats. And then you saw Omar Cummings with that breakaway one-on-one against Donovan Ricketts. So far, no blood. Tough week for the Galaxy. They played Philadelphia last Saturday at home, won 3-1. Play here tonight, Commerce City, and then play at Seattle on Saturday afternoon. One-timer from the top. Michael Stevens didn't get all of it.
Let's go back to that chance, Jim, just a couple of minutes ago. Watch how good the soccer is right here, like I talked about from LA. They win the ball back, and look at the quick, short touches to get out of tight space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back inside, 5, all the way across, 6. One more out wide, 7. And then eventually De La Garza would send it in on this ball right here. and a chance for Alan Gordon. That is what you're trying to get right there. That was beautifully done by LA.
That's good soccer.
Once you get those quick touches in tight space, you get the defender's head turning several times, and then all of a sudden you're going to have one or two chances to open things up with a longer 20-yard ball, and that's exactly what LA did.
Edvin Jurasevich, our referee, with a quick handball on Connor Casey at midfield. He put that shoulder up and tried to knock it down. Greg Berhalter, he got a haircut this week. Tightened it up. He's back in the lineup. That could be a corner. Yes, it was touched last by Colorado, so another corner kick for LA, and that means Donovan.
Well, you can see right here as LA lines up for their second corner of the match. We talked to Bruce Arena a little bit about it, but I think this is where LA can capitalize. You're looking for two spaces on here, one there, and then a third one right there in the middle.
Remember, Colorado is susceptible on set pieces. They've given up 6 goals, 5.
It's Gonzalez in the middle right there.
5 of the 6 on set pieces, by the way. Omar Gonzalez right there. Your LA Galaxy, presented by Herbalife, will host a World Cup send-off for Captain Landon Donovan on Saturday. It's May 15th, 7:30. It's at the Home Depot Center as the Galaxy take on Toronto FC. Fans in attendance will receive a Landon Donovan poster and an American flag. Tickets available for as low as $20 at lagalaxy.com. And remember, the Galaxy are going to have to play about a month without Landon Donovan and perhaps without Edson Buttle, but we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. It's not an easy call for Bob Bradley.
Well, and going a little further, I think that's why it's so critical that LA has gotten off to this start. Because not that they don't have capable players, as we saw last game, like Mathis, Tristan Bowen came in and made an appearance. It's going to be a bigger role for players like Jovan Karofsky, Mike McGee during that time. Key thing will be is that defensively they'll have all those players. They won't lose anything there.
So far the Galaxy have won the midfield. Gordon slipping a ball down the touchline. Juninho, he's got Drew Moore right with him. Moore forces that ball over the touch. Galaxy will keep it, throw in again. It's Donovan.
See that Juninho has a quicker first step than Drew Moore right there. They were even to start after that ball. The young Brazilian turns it on to get to it.
Another deep throw in. It goes up and over the crossbar. Edson Buttle and tipped away by Matt Pickens. Another corner.
So tough to get any power on the ball here for Edson Buttle. Right there in the corner. You're looking for a glancing header right there. Did really just about as well as you could do as LA sets up here for corner number 3.
Buttle got to be your first target. But you have Berhalter on the near post, you have Gonzalez, you have Gordon in there. And Stevens from the top. The Galaxy are just buzzing it. The Galaxy say that was touched.
And it was.
And it is, so it'll be corner kick number 4 in the first 18 minutes for Los Angeles.
Well, Stevens has had 2 chances with the ball floating back out to the top of the 18 so far here in the first half.
You saw that was punched away by Matt Pickens, the keeper. He had kind of a bad habit of punching balls away earlier in the season, but that's something they think he's corrected.
Well, if you're in traffic, you have to punch, especially with big bodies like Buttle, Gonzalez, and Gordon in there.
Donovan, we're in the spats tonight. Curving ball to Omar Gonzalez, little heel flick. That was Chris Burchell.
I don't know if maybe Burchell even stopped it from making its way toward goal.
And right to Pickens. Easiest save he's had all night.
Colorado actually so far, only 4 corners for LA, has done a really good job of marking the big bodies of the Galaxy.
Drew Moore, the one touch. He's got Omar, and he's also got Mastroeni. Mastroeni, the late give. And Mehdi Bellucci cutting through. And somehow Colorado did not get a shot on goal with all that action right in front of them.
Doing a good job of running off the ball. Mastroeni started it with a ball from the midfield, and then he continues to make a run. De La Garza throwing his body in front of Mehdi Bellucci there to make sure that one doesn't slip over the line. Second corner now here for the Rapids. End-to-end action to start this one.
Ball in the air, dancing, right up on the bar, and Ricketts has to go up, bracketed by Rapids attackers, and pulls that ball right off the bar.
I think that actually gives you an indication of how confident right now Donovan Ricketts is feeling, because this is easily one with those guys. He could have just touched it over the bar and given away another corner to Colorado, but instead feels so confident with his hands going. Those are the toughest ones right there, going straight up inside the area to get to it.
Edvin Jurasevich, our referee, having a talk with Pablo Mastroeni. Mastroeni's been the captain of the Colorado Rapids since 2004.
Donovan got tangled up with Jeff Larentowicz here.
Bringing that foot up.
Actually, it wasn't Larentowicz.
It looked like kick landed in the elbow.
I believe it was Danny Earls coming back there.
Los Angeles already with 9 shots, 2 of those shots on goal, and now it's 1-0, and it's Alan Gordon. Off another set piece.
Well, that's now 6 out of 7 goals that have been scored off of set pieces, and Alan Gordon opens his account. Well-timed run, excellent ball here from Landon Donovan.
Right on target. Oh, that is beautiful.
Marvell Wynn just loses the marking right here, and that leaves Gordon. And you see how he puts all the power behind it as he just lets his body go from the turf to head that one home. Rapids able to keep the Galaxy off the scoreboard in that crucial opening 15 minutes, but it's the 21st minute of play. Alan Gordon puts LA in front.
Another early goal for the Galaxy. And they're very good when scoring first. They are 5-0 when scoring the first goal. The first goal of the game is great news for Los Angeles, and it's awful news for Colorado. It has been a long time since the Rapids have ever rallied after giving up the first goal to win.
You know that the Rapids, though, are going to try and come with a very quick response here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. This is where the Galaxy could have to weather a storm.
And here's Connor Casey. Trying to power through 2 defenders. A nice soft service by Jeff Larentowicz right to Connor Casey.
And watch how the second defender, I'm not sure if it's Gonzalez or De La Garza, arrives as the second defender, but they bracket him right here. He's trying to bring it down, just make it difficult for him to get off a clean shot inside the area.
Look at him clear out De La Garza with that left hand. De La Garza goes 5'9", 145. Connor Casey is 6'1", 175.
Jim, you mentioned how long it's been for the Rapids when they surrender that first goal. If you go back to 2006, 0-45 and 14 when they concede that first goal. That was in May of 06, so really a day and what, 4 years ago, and that was against DC United the last time that they came back.
So they're 0 for 49.
0 for 59.
Did I do the math wrong?
0-45, 14.
59. 9 years of college, Rogo.
Just like the Galaxy are looking to buck the trend here at Dick's Sporting Goods Park, you know Colorado would be more than pleased to try and run against that stat here tonight.
Midfield, Landon Donovan. Steps away from Bellucci, and it looked like Bellucci got his left heel. And Landon went down and just corralled the ball and waited for the whistle. Bellucci has a word for him. I think Landon just told Edvin Jurasevich, you go talk to Bellucci about this. A little trip. Chance now on the counter for Colorado. Omar Cummings out wide right. Has to wait for it. Now steps around Berhalter to his left foot. And not close.
LA did a really good job, though, as the Rapids tried to counter, did a good job to just delay them to get some numbers back behind the ball. Seen Cummings score goals similar to that before, where he makes that weaving run across the top of the 18 and tries to bend it in to the far side. A little further out probably than he wanted to be. He was probably about 22, 23 yards out on that occasion.
KC midfield. Now both of their strikers, Omar Cummings right there, within about 5 yards of one another. Mastroeni, switch it. Overlapping run, here come the Rapids. Wanted Bellucci, was right on the spot. A lot of shoving in midfield. Gordon wrapped up with Drew Moore. Let him play. Cummings against Berhalter. Again knocks him down. Now the chip to Casey, and it was just behind him.
We're keeping track of
this could be dangerous here. Buttle trying to win this ball.
Big handball, I think, there against Edson.
O'Day was there for Colorado. Bailey put his hand in the air, asking for help, got it.
Going back to something we did the last couple of seasons, keeping track of touches for some of the impact players in the game. Right now, we've got the eye on Landon Donovan and Pablo Mastroeni. So far, Landon 4 contacts and 4 completed passes out of those contacts, including the assist on the free kick.
That's 6 assists now for Donovan, tops in Major League Soccer. So right now, the Galaxy have the top scorer, the top assist maker, and the best goalkeeper in Major League Soccer.
Equals best record.
And the best record, obviously. A lot of passing by Colorado, but not much to show for it. Galaxy staying in position defensively. Your LA Galaxy will host the 9th annual Copa LA Soccer Tournament May 29th through the 31st at A.B. Brown Soccer Complex in Riverside. For more information and to register your team, visit lagalaxy.com.
Late call there from Edvin Jurasevich, but it was the right call. Ball popped up there, and a handball against Drew Moore and the Rapids.
29th minute now. Jim Watson, Mark Rogandino at Dick's Sporting Goods Park, Commerce City, Colorado, 15 miles outside of Denver, where the Galaxy have never won. 0 for 4. So far, 4 fouls Colorado, 2 fouls on the Galaxy. Connor Casey against Berhalter. It'll be a long, tough night for Greg Berhalter. First it was Cummings, and now Connor Casey coming over to his side. Savvy veteran Berhalter, though. They really missed him while he was gone. They played well without him, but you can tell the difference. He was brought in April of 09 to stabilize the defense for the Galaxy. And only a couple times have opponents scored more than 2 goals against the Galaxy since Berhalter has been on that back line. So he did his job. Moore. There's Berhalter heading it away. Berhalter again.
And that's really a hallmark characteristic of Bruce Arena's teams, is making it very difficult. Mehdi Bellucci receives a yellow card. I think he's been in the ear of our referee for the last 5 to 10 minutes. I want to go back to one thing that you mentioned. You mentioned the Galaxy are winless here so far at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. They do have the 1-1 draw, so they have earned a point here before from last season, but never have they walked away from Commerce City with the maximum 3 points.
Mehdi Bellucci just picked up a yellow card. I believe it's for dissent. Mehdi's been talking an awful lot, both to the Galaxy and to the referee, obviously.
See from our pictures right there as we just went off the wide shot how much space the Galaxy is giving for a big switch. They're happy. It looks like they're happy here to say the one ball you're going to beat us with would be one long ball up and over the top.
And a hard challenge. Here comes Jurasevich, and he's looking at Juninho, and he's going to book him. So 2 yellows in about 90 seconds.
Probably for that lunging tackle right there. Anytime you have the boots up like that, you're probably going to get a card, especially if the player goes down like that. And to be fair, if it was the shoe was on the other foot, and if Juninho was the one trying to receive the ball and that tackle came into him, I think he would want the yellow to be shown as well.
Yeah, he didn't argue much. He just tried to walk away from it. This one just too strong. Maybe a free kick for Donovan Ricketts.
Really, as the game's gotten a little bit chippy in the last 5 to 7 minutes, it might be more of a case of our referee Edvin Jurasevich just trying to calm things down and keep this match under his control.
Buttle. He had Gordon cutting right off his flank. Could not get the ball to him. Now takeaway by Colorado. Connor Casey back to Bellucci. Good job there by Michael Stevens to stop all that momentum that Colorado had.
Just halted the flow from going forward to try and spark a counter for Colorado. Again, enough time for Galaxy to get their shape, get numbers back behind the ball.
Danny Earls, the young player from Dublin, Ireland, dancing with it. De La Garza staying right in front of him. And they bring it all the way across field. Bellucci and Juninho is there to kick it across the end line, and that'll be another corner for Colorado. Seen a lot of corner kicks. This is the 3rd for Colorado. Galaxy have had 4. Bellucci soft to the far post and headed up and out. O'Day.
Colorado has yet to score from a corner so far this year. They've given up a goal off of a corner. As you see, O'Day coming in off the back post run.
And not surprising to see O'Day getting aggressive. His MLS career has sputtered a little bit from the start, both with injuries and ejections. He has 2 reds in 15 starts. Got to learn how to play in this league a little bit. But he's one of the guys, O'Day, has been talking to some players in Europe and telling them, you might want to give MLS a second look here. He's been encouraging international players to come to Major League Soccer, come to the States. Donovan trying to push Omar Cummings off of it. He slips it ahead. Bellucci is alone for the time being. Here comes Stevens to mark. Bellucci. Line drive inside. Wells Thompson, his first serious touch of the match.
Thompson has had a couple of touches in a wide position so far here tonight. Good run from Bellucci right here, and actually the Galaxy had it well covered. They had two players in De La Garza and Gonzalez on the right side of the screen, again bracketing Connor Casey. You see it there on the right side. So Wells Thompson, intelligent run to come inside to try and find some space.
Wells Thompson, another one of those offseason acquisitions.
That's a trade that's worked out for both New England, I think, and Colorado. Corey Gibbs and Preston Burpo going over to the Revolution in exchange for Laurentowicz and Thompson coming here to the Rocky Mountains.
Thompson was a former first-round draft pick of New England. Lived there 3 years. Cummings got spilled. You joined us a little bit late. The goal, Landon Donovan off a set piece right to Alan Gordon, who scored on a header in the 21st minute. It's a beautiful play.
Just how you draw it up.
Matt Pickens, the keeper, no chance, late to react. Was behind it before he knew it. And the Galaxy coming in 5-0 when they score first. Takeaway by Juninho, midfield. Burchell. Buttle from Stevens. And stripped away. And the crowd really reacts to that one. And now here's the counter. Connor Casey. But he's alone. Now here's Bellucci, top of the 18. Left foot chip, just wide. De La Garza and Gonzalez forced Connor Casey to give up the ball, and Bellucci was alone at the top.
And here's Casey battling, lifts his chin to try and find somebody. Good ball into the back post. This is good skill here from Bellucci though, right there. Just roll it over onto your left foot, try and bend it into that corner. You don't have to put a ton of power on it from right there in that spot. Eddie Bellucci, a player out of Northern California. Began his career with Real Salt Lake. Sort of a blockbuster trade coming over in exchange for Kyle Beckerman. That one clearly has worked out better for RSL. Captain Kyle has been sensational since his time arriving in Salt Lake City.
Cummings chases this one to the corner. Donovan right there with him. Be a throw-in for Colorado. Ricketts waves everybody upfield. Strong breeze behind him. And Gordon thought he got fouled from behind. Drew Moore climbing up his back.
It didn't work out that time, but that's just the beauty of having two big strikers in Gordon and Buttle up there, that Ricketts can take his time, play a long diagonal ball over the top. More often than not, you like the Galaxy's chances to at least win the ball in the other half of the field.
Gordon certainly, as he did last week, going to take some pressure off of Buttle, and both of those guys taking some pressure off of Landon Donovan. You have those three, can't afford to double mark anybody. Cummings.
What a ball from Laurentowicz.
That was touchline to touchline, 68 yards. Left foot, Cummings! Off the fingertips of Donovan Ricketts, left his feet. Did he touch it?
I don't think so. He took a swipe at it just in case that big right paw needed to parry it up and over the crossbar.
He was right on it.
Starts with that ball from Laurentowicz. Long diagonal ball over the top. Sits up on the soft surface here at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. And then watch Cummings. There's a slip there from Juninho trying to get back defensively. That one sailed on Omar Cummings though. Right up and over the top. Close though. Good effort from the Jamaican.
And Here they come again, and it's Cummings one more time. Berhalter, the first one there, won that ball in the air and then tries to save it on the touchline. It does. Excellent effort by Berhalter, and it leads to a breakaway here. Landon Donovan knocked off the ball. Takes it back, but the whistle comes. Jurcevic gets Donovan for the foul.
On that last diagonal ball from Laurentowicz, I mentioned the soft surface and how the ball checked up here. So far here in the first half, I think you've seen it at least 3 or 4 times where players have slipped, either trying to cover defensively or trying to cut with the ball at their feet.
That ball stays in. Connor Casey gets back to his feet. De La Garza is doing a good job on Connor Casey, who's getting a little annoyed. Danny Earls, there was nobody there but Berhalter. Pickens is going to have to come outside his area and play that ball with his feet. Five minutes plus left in the first half. Alan Gordon a goal in the 21st minute off a set piece from Landon Donovan. Donovan's 6th assist of the year, first in Major League Soccer. The first goal of the year for the scoring connections did not contain Edson Buttle's name. He had 9 goals and an assist.
Like to see that from Gordon, tracking all the way back to the top of the defensive third.
Taken away, now a chance. Not a lot of maroon jerseys in the middle third. Gordon steps through, got tripped up by Drew Moore. We play on. Colorado has become a left-handed team on the attack here. Latter stages of the first half.
That's a good point, because they opened up the first 15, 20 minutes really coming down this right side a lot.
Danny Earls has been good on ball. Thought he would draw a dish. He took the shot himself. Now chipped wide. Omar Cummings, excuse me. And Omar Cummings, is he going to get called for that foul? Climbing up the back of Donovan. Maybe got the elbow up. Maybe they bumped heads.
Yeah, I think they did. As Donovan tried the flicking head to try and get it out defensively. And you can see Omar Cummings, he'll get it in the front of his head.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Donovan stays down. And you can see just by him wriggling his legs there, he is in some pain. Immediately went down, he showed distress.
Armando Rivas, the Galaxy trainer, immediately out to check on the Galaxy's left back. You see the wave there to the referee that everything seems to be just fine. Probably one of those ones for at least a good 20, 25 seconds. Rub it a little bit, it starts to go away.
Todd Donovan, the Galaxy's humanitarian of the year last season. Nice gesture by Omar Cummings to come in and make sure that that Todd's all right. And he's going to come to the sideline for just a second. Bruce Arena up with a little concern, make sure his guy's all right, and then decide whether he can continue. So now we're into the 44th minute. Obviously some stoppage time now added on. And a bit of sportsmanship by Colorado there. Going to play that ball right back to Ricketts.
That gives Edvin Jurcevic, our referee, and a chance to wave Todd Donovan right back on the field.
Ricketts tees it up again. He's really just stepping into it tonight. All the way to Buttle. And Buttle kind of whiffed on it.
Not sure he was
or maybe dummying it?
Well, no, I don't think he was sure if he was going to collect it and hold on to it, shield it there, or if he was going to try and let it run across his body and turn with it.
Well, this is where the Galaxy need Donovan back on the field, are these throw-ins. He's been deep into the box. And once again, right to the edge of the 6-yard, headed by Buttle to that back post, and just wide.
Get the feeling that one of these might pay off for the Galaxy. They've had a couple of them. No one was making that back post frontal. That one probably had a little too much air underneath it for any player to get onto it and try and crash it home into the back of the net.
I was teasing Buttle after the game last week against Philadelphia. I said, it's about time you shared it on that assist. Been a bit of a ball hog. He had all 9 goals. And here he is again. Edson Buttle. That touch a bit too strong. Just out of his own reach, and Pickens came out to swallow up the grenade.
Fortunate for Matt Pickens that Buttle did have that heavy touch right there, because otherwise MLS leading goal scorer would have been one-on-one right inside the area. Watch it right here. It's actually a good bounce for LA as it comes off of Edson's right shoulder. But it's that touch right there. But remember, he's traveling at full speed, knowing a defender's coming on his back. That's no easy task.
Yeah, he's trying to keep that momentum going without that ball getting too far out in front of him. Be 2 minutes of stoppage added on. And when you're playing as well as Edson Buttle, you can afford to smile at some of the near misses. As we always do when we play here in Commerce City, want to continue to remind you about the elevation. It's going to have an effect on this game. Remember, early in the season, fitness is always a question. Donovan. Trap now goes to the left. There's Buttle, and Buttle again! And again, Pickens left a rebound, but was able to jump back on it.
Although Edson Buttle hasn't scored here in this first half, he's really showed you a repertoire of different ways for him to try and score, including this one here. Watch a nice little touch. Good anticipation from Buttle to open the left foot very early, open the hip up, and just try and get that glancing contact to redirect it on frame. Had actually pretty decent pace behind it, considering the angle he took on the ball.
He's playing, we talked about it before, with so much confidence and so much creativity. He's really relaxed. Just able to let his personality, his panache come into the game. First time this year the Galaxy scored and Edson Buttle wasn't a part of it. Donovan off the free kick. A header by Alan Gordon, 21st minute. That's where we stand. Closing seconds of the first half. Omar Cummings going around Donovan. And Berhalter was right there waiting for him. No place to go. It's a good ball right there by Gordon. Out to Janino. And on the dead run, Landon Donovan. He's got Marvell Wynn, who rides him off it. And over the end line.
If there's one player in this league, or at least on the field here tonight,
that
has the speed to match up with Landon Donovan and his pace, it's Marvell Wynn. I mean, you can see him just kick it into an extra gear the last 5 steps right there to get position, shield that ball out, and the whistle comes to bring the first half to a close. But, you know, LA has to be pretty happy as Donovan Ricketts and the Galaxy head to the locker room. As you mentioned it a moment ago, 21 minutes into the match, someone beside LA's Superman Edson Buttle, it's Alan Gordon opening his scoring account here in 2010, and what a beauty. Love it how he leaves his feet right there to just get all sorts of power back behind the header, and that gives the Galaxy the goal and the lead heading into the locker room here after 45 minutes of play.
Alan Gordon, who made his first start of the season last year, into the first 11. Alan, before we talk about the header, let's talk about the service from Landon. It was tremendous.
Yeah, he's been hitting good balls all year. It's one thing in his game he's really improved on, and I was just fortunate enough to get my head on it.
Gordo, give us an idea, as you and Buttle up top, how it works out. Who decides who's the target and who's the player running off?
Well, we just kind of, you know, we just free flow it, really. We, you know, we just go with the flow, and whoever's in the position to be the target stays up top, and the other guy tries to run off him and create some problems.
Hey, Alan, we were talking before the game about your fitness. If they asked you to play 90, would you want to?
Of course. I don't know if I can, but I want to.
That's always the right answer. Thank you, Gordo. Get into the locker room.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, Alan Gordon, a goal on the header. beautiful service by Landon Donovan. His 6th assist, first goal of the year for Alan Gordon. The Galaxy are undefeated this season when leading at halftime. They lead at halftime, 1-0. We come back, your out-of-town scoreboard. When you talk about saves, well, Donovan Ricketts has made just one save for the Galaxy. And remember, Ricketts, goals against average coming in .33, and he has 4 clean sheets. Alan Gordon, that beautiful header off the set piece from Landon Donovan. And Colorado is going to make one substitution. Colin Clark comes in. Wells Thompson is finished for the evening. Well, Colorado doesn't really have to drum up a lot of offense. They've just got to find a way to score. They've had their looks. Omar Cummings, very dangerous on that right side. And of course, there's always Connor Casing, the great white shark, right in the middle of the 18.
Jim, going to that substitution right there, Wells Thompson, I don't think made enough of an impact on the left side of the formation.
We hardly called his name.
For Colorado, and we know that Colin Clark is a great one-on-one player when he runs at defenders. So it's a new challenge for AJ De La Garza here in the second 45 minutes.
Colin Clark is coming off a 2009 ACL injury, and he returned just 22 days before the opener, so he's still trying to find his game.
You have to think, one final note on Colin Clark, with the new additions of Thompson and Laurentiis, that's limited his playing time. I would imagine that he would like to come in and show that he deserves a shot to get into that starting 11. One final note, as I mentioned during the first half, we're keeping track of the touches of 2 impact players. Mastroeni for Colorado, 10 completed passes out of 13 contacts in the opening 45, while Landon Donovan, the LA captain there, with 5 completed passes out of 7 contacts, including that vital assist in the 21st minute.
Janino with a foul, and remember that yellow card in the 31st minute. And he turns to Edvin Jurasevich and says, what was wrong with that play? Now he's coming in from behind to win this ball in the air, and he climbs up the back of Mehdi Bellucci and gets the elbow on top of his head.
You know, I like the aggressive play there from Juninho. So many times when you talk about Brazilian players, you talk about their lack of aggressiveness when it comes to tackling, specifically in the midfield. Certainly there's plenty of aggressive defenders. You can talk about one of my favorites, Maicon, will be playing in the Champions League final in just a couple of weeks for Inter Milan.
Colorado spent a lot of time in the middle third. Galaxy defense has been good. The back four pushing towards the midfield stripe and are yet to let anything get behind them. Maybe one time with Cummings early in the match. That breakaway that Ricketts had to spring off his line. The shot went well wide. There's Colin Clark. Gary Smith, the Colorado head coach, says that he calls Colin Clark a freak physically because he says nobody puts in more work than Colin Clark. He's a local guy from Fort Collins. And here he is, left side. Steps to the edge of the 18, will chip with the toe to Connor Casey on a back post run, and he just missed it, punting it about 25 rows up.
Well, immediate impact from Colin Clark. What a ball right here. He's got a great left foot, and that's exactly what he uses right here. Watch him lift his chin, just bends that one into the space, allows Connor Casey to run in stride onto it. That look right there shows you it wasn't as close as we initially saw in the actual live action, but still a great ball and a chance there in the opening minutes here for the Rapids.
A scary moment for Galaxy fans right there because Ricketts was still retreating to that far post, and had Connor Casey hit it where he wanted, the way he wanted, we'd be level at 1. Alan Gordon makes a bid for his second goal from straight out.
A little ambitious there. That's all right. I think you see the smile cracked on the face of Alan Gordon. But getting that goal in the first half is only going to add a little more confidence to Gordon. Remember, he was not healthy the first couple of games of the season, wasn't even in the 18 the first couple games. But now, I mean, I think that this is a lineup LA can do a lot of damage with.
Two Galaxy defenders run into each other, Berhalter and De La Garza, and LA is fortunate that this ball rolls untouched into the midst of Donovan Ricketts. I liked when you talked with De La Garza in the pregame show, and he said, you asked him about their futility here in Commerce City, the Galaxy 0 for 4, and he said, yeah, I read that. I like when the young guys are aware of the history. More motivation. This is a big run here. They got Colin Clark left side. Cummings slips the ball to him, but too far out in front.
And immediately you see Colin Clark turn and say, just play it into my feet. You don't need to lay it into the space. We're already 10 yards from the end line. But this is the run that LA doesn't want to see Omar Cummings successfully make. Look at all the ground he covers here. Goes by 3 players right there to touch it into the space to himself. Gonzalez slides over, trying to point De La Garza to get into the space.
Mark Cummings put that ball at least 10 yards in front of himself and still was the first one to get there. A lot of space. Matt Pickens punts it out of there. Pickens has now allowed 9 goals on the year. His goals against was 1.0, so he's right on pace. 2 of those goals that he allowed, though, have come on PKs. So counting the 3 goals scored by Connor Casey, all of Connor Casey's goals on penalty kicks. 5 penalty kicks in Colorado games, 3 for, 2 against. Mastroeni going to switch it to the far side. Bellucci. Cummings pivots around Berhalter, fights back and gets called for the foul.
Well, along with the substitution that Gary Smith made at halftime, bringing Colin Clark into the game, Marvell Wynn has now shifted to, I think, his more natural spot at right back. No question that's a foul against Greg Berhalter.
Grabbing the shirt sleeve. And Berhalter also lobbing after the foul call to move that ball back. Colorado tried to move it forward about 8 yards. So the Galaxy will now build the wall. Buttle in the middle along with Omar Gonzalez and Berhalter. And Colorado's got some options here.
Larentowicz, remember, is fantastic on the straight effort right here. The wall must stay together right here and stay down.
And here he comes, Jeff Larentowicz, wide. He didn't hit it the way he wanted to.
Nope.
He already has a goal this season.
He's trying to put a lot of movement and hit it just outside the wall. Actually, that ball goes wide of that post right there, but I think the way you can see him shaking his head, he's trying to hit it around the wall on the left side looking onto the goal and have it actually come back to the right.
A draw?
A fade.
A fade, excuse me, yes. Colin Clark. And Omar Gonzalez getting there for Los Angeles. Michael Stevens thought it should have been a Galaxy ball. And the quick counter here. Again, trying to go over the top. The target guy, Connor Casey, number 9.
I tell you, so far in almost 53 full minutes, LA, with the exception of maybe that chance to open the second half, has done a really good job of making sure that Connor Casey has a difficult time not only finding the ball, but also finding space. Omar Gonzalez wanted an offside call over and back there against Casey. No whistle, though.
Chance now for Colorado to build. Marvell Wynn working the right side against Donovan and Burchell. Larentowicz tees it up. Into the area, and one on the header. Omar Cummings. They're all crashing now. And Connor Casey in there, this one off the forehead of Omar Cummings.
Well, I think putting Marvell Wynn out on the right side is going to bring this aspect of the game into the attack here for Colorado as they line up their first corner of the second half, 4th of the match. Knocking on the door, though, right now, the Rapids.
Donovan got there for the Galaxy. Bellucci now forced to retreat. A.J. De La Garza pushing him backwards. Great read there by Donovan. And he's going to get it back. Offside, the flag went up. It was Donovan and Alan Gordon. And the flag went up immediately.
It was very close, though. Very close.
Outside right from Buttle.
It's tough to tell from that angle whether or not Danny Earls actually kept him on, but I think it was the right call. I think Earls stepped just at the last possible second.
And trying to follow those cut lines in the grass across the field to see. Larentowicz picked off. Juninho. Juninho wants it back. He took a forearm. Mastroeni coming up the back of Juninho. Those two have been battling middle third all day. 56th minute.
Take another look at it right here. Freeze it, guys, if you can, right there. Just before that, and you can see, because there's Earls right there.
That's a diagonal line you just drew.
Not a straight line. It was actually the ball, though, just before that where Landon stepped in and would have had a chance to just go off to the races.
'57th minute now, a long way to go. Galaxy leading 1-0. Alan Gordon, 21st minute. Off the set piece, landed Donovan an absolute laser, hitting him on the left post, and he headed it by Matt Pickens. And into the top of the cage. We've been keeping an eye on the other team involved in the race in the West. Remember, it's the Galaxy at 16 points, and then it's Colorado and Houston at 10 points, and Dallas 1-0 over Houston.
Ugo Ehemelu, former Rapid and former Galaxy player, with the goal in that one. About a little less than 10 minutes probably to go still in that one. Second time those teams meet here in the 2010 MLS season. They tied in their first encounter, I believe, to open the first week of MLS play.
Buttle immediately draws 3 defenders. Slips the ball to Michael Stevens, who's really good on the run. A couple of assists last week against Philadelphia. Looks for options and plays it out wide. Donovan.
Patience from LA, but now they have to make it count. Keep the possession alive.
Gonzalez back to Ricketts. Remember, this half, Ricketts will have the wind in his face. Still a pretty good boot.
Yeah. Light breeze, probably, I don't know, 10, 15 miles an hour maybe.
Should have seen us land in that wind.
Yeah, up to 40-mile-an-hour gusts yesterday.
One wheel coming in, yeah. Laurentowicz, and he has space. Mehdi Bellucci was on a diagonal run alone. They couldn't get it to him. Mastroeni out wide, Marvell Wynn. Seems like now Colorado's playing almost everything through Marvell Wynn on that right side. Bellucci wanted to go to Omar Cummings. Couldn't chip it to him. Now a chance. And the 18 is Connor Casey. And Omar Gonzalez is right in front of him. His threat is not extinguished yet. Omar Cummings had it poked away. Greg Berhalter is having a pretty good game. And now the counterattack by the Galaxy. Gordon and Donovan cross, now back out to Landon. Left side of the 18. Juninho at the top.
So close for LA, just the final ball not there for the Galaxy. That was actually one of the few times, Jim, that Landon got the ball in space on that left side, but was not marked up against this player, Marvell Wynn, 1 versus 1.
Colin Clark left side, Danny Earls on the overlapping run, but they play back to the middle. And here they come now, chance. Mastroeni slipping out to Cummings. Bellucci running through, left it. Little indecision by the Rapids. Back to Laurentowicz. The Galaxy 8 players straight across, and Ricketts has to go flat out. Got the hands up and pushed it wide. Colorado now with 3 shots in the second half. The Galaxy without a threat.
Well, this is more what Laurentowicz was looking for on the free kick. Look at the movement on that ball. I think it caught Ricketts a little bit by surprise too, but he lays out on his left side there to parry that one away. Unfortunately for the Galaxy, no one really following up there.
Mark, I don't know if you saw that. The Galaxy had 7 or 8 players directly in a line all the way across the field.
Well, I think that the altitude is starting to take effect, and just as I look down onto the Galaxy bench, Jovan Karofsky steps up to the 4th official.
Nice read again by Donovan.
And it's going to be the young Brazilian Juninho to come out here, and I think the reason for that is twofold. Probably first time in quite some time that Juninho's played in this type of altitude, number 1, but again, remember, he's the lone player carrying the yellow card for LA after the first half. And no reason to have him pick up a second yellow and then the Galaxy play down. Karofsky can fill right into that same spot, so you don't really change anything tactically for Los Angeles, because Karofsky really becoming, like Chris Klein a couple years ago, Mr. Versatility for LA. Last few weeks in practice, he's filled in as a center back at times. Here stepping into the central midfield, and really for the majority of his career played as an attacking player.
Third appearance of the season for Karofsky. And there he is, chipped by Gordon and Drew Moore. As they get tangled up, flag goes up, and a foul on Karofsky.
Remember, Jovan spent almost 3 years here in Colorado, so you know that he'd like to come back and get the opportunity. As we take a look at the replay, both players actually tussling right there. Could have gone either way. I think you give the benefit of the doubt to the defender anytime he's running back toward his own goal.
Colorado's got several quality opportunities here. And here's Cummings, draws defense. And then Omar Gonzalez steps up, kick that ball away. Clark and Earls exchange again. There's the left footer over the head of Connor Casey and into the arms of Donovan Ricketts. Galaxy have never won here in Commerce City. Dick's Sporting Goods Park. Last time they won in Denver was 2002 at Invesco Field. But this Galaxy team doesn't seem tied too much to their past anymore. They've played through a lot of those old obstacles. Remember, the Galaxy went to the MLS Cup final last year. Played great down the stretch and have continued that momentum here into the 2010 season. Rentowitz all the way outside. Arvel Wynn. Whistle.
Berhalter getting tangled up there with Omar Cummings, and Cummings is going to pick up a yellow. Third yellow handed out tonight by Edvin Jurasevich.
Well, Cummings has had to fight for everything tonight. And there, Berhalter, you can see, at the inside position.
Inside position, and anytime a player goes with the scissors like that, you can see he had his legs wrapped around Berhalter.
Omar Cummings got criticized a little bit, or at least critiqued strongly by Gary Smith last week at San Jose. The quote was, he was below par, and some of his choices and his quality were strange.
Well, he started the season very hot. Remember, he scored the lone goal in the opening weekend win against Chivas USA. He's got 2 goals in 6 matches so far here in 2010.
Gordon in the corner. Not much you could do with that. It comes back to Gordon on a deflection. Some sloppy soccer.
Not bad in terms of the 3 or 4 touches from Los Angeles, but then Colorado did a good job to step in, and Mastroeni just straight clearance, trying to get it out of his own defensive third there.
Buttle against 2 defenders. Drew Moore pops it up. Buttle usually wins those balls in the air. And Baudet gets tripped up by Buttle, and a foul on Edson. Well, since LA scored, they only have 2 shots. That was the 21-minute mark.
I'd like to see that kind of effort, though, from Edson. We know what he can do going forward with the ball, but really scrambling and physically trying to work to win and keep that possession alive. There wasn't really a lot going on for LA right there.
Taken away by Donovan. Miscommunication.
One thing you're seeing right now from Los Angeles is the midfield, because Colorado is putting a lot of pressure right now on LA, the midfield is dropping back, and you're almost getting 7, 8 defenders in about a 15-yard space at times. So anytime right here, LA clears the ball, Colorado has the numbers to win it right back.
Casey tripped up, Berhalter. And here comes the referee. A long talk, but he's not reached for the pocket.
Well, Berhalter, after the tackle, immediately points. Does he get the ball first? Tough to tell, really, there. He certainly gets, this will give you a better look right here. I think that's a fair whistle.
Yeah.
And fortunately there for Greg Berhalter, as you just said, Jurasevich did not go to the pocket and hand out a yellow.
And here's Larentowicz again. He's out a good 15 yards from the 18. And it's not even going to be Larentowicz. Oh, they go back post, and Drew Moore just missed. A couple of guys with a shot at it. I think he had the best look.
Second time tonight that Colin Clark has provided a very, very good ball into the back post. Actually, 2 players miss it. Day had a look at it, as did Drew Moore.
Ten fouls now in Los Angeles, 5 on Colorado. Larentowicz, and again they play it out. Marvell Wynn, top of your screen. That's been the attack point. Mastroeni against Stevens. Danny Earls. Left foot. Into the area. One-timer over the crossbar. Omar Cummings again. Cummings and Connor Casey are buzzing in the 18.
Well, as that whole sequence breaks down, Connor Casey gets handed over. You see Donovan is the one that picks him up, but Berhalter's there as well too, and then that leaves Cummings with a little bit of space.
Oh, that is just blasted.
Immediately though, Donovan Ricketts is out off his line. I think he was in the ear of AJ De La Garza, because De La Garza was hovering out wide with Omar Gonzalez not really helping defensively there for the Galaxy.
Colorado's going to go back to the bench, and Claudio Lopez is going to be coming in. Looks like Mehdi Bellucci will be coming out. Claudio Lopez also came in last week late in the match against San Jose and provided a lot of scoring opportunities. They're very happy with his play. Remember, Ricketts has 4 clean sheets this year, and he's pitching another shutout. 71st minute.
First time he's done that in quite a while. Both teams are going to go to the bench here.
Yep.
Not only is Lopez going to come on for Bellucci.
And Gordon's coming out, Mathis coming in.
Well, same scenario as a couple days ago, the last match against Philadelphia, where Gordon goes about 70 minutes. And that brings on Clint Mathis. And I imagine because the Galaxy are in front, you're going to see Bruce Arena actually really go with Buttle as the lone striker here. Almost go with 5 in the midfield right now. Mathis, as he comes on, is going to play a little more of an advanced role in that midfield. The Galaxy need to do something here to get a little more possession back. Colorado's dominated that statistic so far here in the second half.
This could turn into something. Here's Michael Stevens. Stevens! And he was looking for a bit of a deflection there to help out. And it'll be a corner kick.
I like the cut move, though, there from Stevens. Watch as he decides to take it on his own right here. Nice little layoff, too, from Karofsky. Smart play, but this is the move right here that sets it up. Bang, right there, cutting onto his left foot. Just not enough of a heavy touch to get into the space. Nonetheless, first corner of the second half here for LA.
And Mathis is going to take it. His first touch. Running through is Omar Gonzalez, handing that ball from one post to the other. Your LA Galaxy, presented by Herbalife, will host Riquelme, Martin Palermo, and the legendary Boca Juniors on Sunday, May 23rd at 5 o'clock. It's at the Home Depot Center. Tickets available now, lagalaxy.com. The Boca Juniors coming to Southern California.
You know that any Argentinian soccer fans in Southern California will be filling up the Home Depot Center on that Sunday.
Laurentowicz just lost his balance, almost lost possession. There's Claudio Lopez. Cummings with Donovan. Excellent job by Todd Donovan to stay with that ball and then play it over the touch. Win. Stevens got a knee up. Connor Casey. But he did not have the angle, and he turns out. A lot of crosses, a lot of services now.
That's what I'm talking about. LA with 8 players, not including Donovan Ricketts. 9 players probably hovering between the top of the 18 back to Ricketts. There's no question that the Rapids have that pendulum of momentum swung in their favor right now.
And it seems like Colorado, because of that alignment, is getting a lot more looks, longer possessions. So far, the Galaxy have repelled all the attacks and avoided a breakdown. Burchell, midfield. Out wide, De La Garza pushing forward. De La Garza scored last week 51 seconds after the kickoff against Philadelphia. Third fastest goal in LA Galaxy history. Once again, here comes Colorado building from the back. Out wide, same combination. Rentowicz to Marvell Wynn. Cummings up the right side. Connor Casey in the middle. And left side is Colin Clark. He always wants to get that ball to his left foot.
Yep. Well played by De La Garza. Secondary help there from Stevens, who gets on the ball now.
Here's Buttle with Mathis. Good ball by Mathis to Edson Buttle. Edson Buttle shoots and goes wide.
Almost a little bit of miscommunication between Buttle and Mathis, but they worked it out quickly enough. And a 1-2 results in a chance for Edson Buttle to run onto it. Fortunate bounce here as Drew Moore leaves it there for Buttle, but watch this right here. Mathis wisely puts it into the space, allow Edson to try and run onto it. Continue to keep track of the touches of Mastroeni and Donovan. Lannon needs to become more involved here for LA. Just 2 touches so far in the second half. That makes 3 right there.
Mathis just plays this ball out to the midfield area.
He thought Buttle was going to check back to try and get to it. Instead, Buttle started his run up and over the top.
Claudio Lopez will turn 36 in July, out wide. Everything for Colorado now, starting with Marvell Wynn, right side. He's just sidestepping down that touch line. Earls. Casey. And now Clark. Long possessions for Colorado. Chip over the top to Earls, and the flag went up. He's offside.
It's almost as if Colorado is playing really just 3 at the back right now. And what they're doing is they're using both Earls on the left side and Marvell Wynn on the right side as attacking options down the outside causing the outside backs, in this case Donovan and De La Garza, to pick their poison. For De La Garza, does he mark up on Colin Clark, or does he take the overlapping run of Earls? Communication will be vital for LA in these last 15 minutes.
Burchell tripped up by Connor Casey. And now it looks like the referee is going to book Connor Casey. Yellow. Seemed an obvious trip in the open field.
So it's Casey, Cummings, and Bellucci.
This is after Casey goes down.
A little sloppy right here, and then it's right there that he grabs.
Yeah, no chance to make a play on the ball.
Burchell.
He was out of that play. Now, Connor Casey, like many of the Rapids players, came in a little frustrated. They thought they outplayed San Jose on the road last week and lost 1-0. In fact, they thought the only goal in the match, scored by Chris Wondolowski, they thought he was offside. It was a fortunate touch for San Jose to get that goal. Line drive, Buttles there, and so was Mathis. Maybe it was deflected, jumped right over his boot. Here they come again. Marvell wins, sprinting across the midfield stripe. Being marked by Donovan, and in front, Donovan. Chipped in, Connor Casey, and it goes by everybody. It'll stay in. Colin Clark gets it. Earls lifts that chin, goes far post. Cummings heads it straight down. And just punted away now.
De La Garza defensively has slipped probably 3 times in the last 2 minutes, trying to battle against Colin Clark.
Oh, that's a good ball. Colin Clark against De La Garza. Likes the left. De La Garza overplays him. And it still gets to his left. Couldn't do much with it.
Right now, the Galaxy just need to get their back line out, out, out.
79th minute, a long way to go. Galaxy playing with their heels inside the area. Just trying to deflect balls at this point. Foul. Larentowicz on Mathis.
Actually, a little bit of a veteran move, I think, here from Mathis, too, right here. Take a little extra time. Take your time getting up. Not a strong hit there from Jeff Larentowicz, but Mathis will just take his time.
Grab that lower back.
And AJ De La Garza is actually motioning to the bench that he might need to come out. He slipped twice, I told you, and he's holding his back. And immediately Brian Jordan sprints over to in between the benches. We could see the move we saw a couple weeks ago against Real Salt Lake when Brian Jordan came in to replace Sean Franklin as the right back.
The danger, of course, whenever the footing's not great, is that you can pull a muscle. Legs get apart. Bad angles, a twist. He's holding that lower back. Mathis. And it touched Mathis last, so it should be a goal kick.
Borowski working hard, trying to get that ball across. Nice service to the back post. Would have been a corner, but just glances off Mathis right there on the line. And now that gives, with the goal kick here for Colorado, Brian Jordan the chance to come in. And Brian Jordan is going to go into the right back spot.
Let's keep an eye on De La Garza as he works his way down the bench and see if they give him any kind of treatment right now.
You certainly like the aspect of speed to match up against Colin Clark here for Brian Jordan, but remember, Colin Clark is great at facing up against defenders and attacking straight on. I know that Brian Jordan's had a ton of experience trying to defend that type of run.
And that could have been very dangerous.
Shows you how much confidence Todd Donovan has just to nod one back to his goalkeeper, Donovan Ricketts.
Ricketts called for that ball?
No, I think that's just something, you know, they know each other well enough that Donovan knows if I just nod it back towards him, he'll be expecting and he'll come off his line to get it.
Better be right.
Yep.
As Cummings was in hot pursuit, just about 3 yards off that ball. Danny Earls, like his creativity so far. Player from Dublin. Cummings got knocked off it, but inadvertent contact. Referee ignores it. Cummings has already been booked for a yellow card, so there's not much he can say or do at this point.
It was the right ball from Brian Jordan right there into the space. Just Clint Mathis didn't make the run.
Lopez had his palms up, was asking for help. Win against Donovan. And Laurentowicz now against Burchell. Donovan retreats, Marvell Wynn. Mastroeni. Double pumps. Trying to dribble that ball to Connor Casey. The Galaxy doing a good job on that very back line against Connor Casey, forcing him to come out of the area with his back to the goal to receive that pass.
Well, it's in addition to that, that's allowing, because they're sinking in a lot of numbers centrally, that's allowing Colin Clark on the left, Marvell Wynn on the right to have a lot of freedom. Now more than ever, the Galaxy need Mathis and Buttle. When they clear the ball, they have to get on the end of it and at least try and hold it up for a couple of seconds to allow the midfield to join in.
84th minute, and there will be stoppage added on. Galaxy holding on to the 1-0 lead. They've never won here at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. Commerce City is just outside of Denver, about 15 miles. Last time the Galaxy won, it was in Denver proper at Invesco Field, NFL Stadium. Ricketts going to calm everybody down and let him clear out. Donovan Ricketts, the top keeper in MLS. Now the 2 goals that Ricketts has let up, one against Real Salt Lake, took kind of a strange bounce, and he'd probably tell you he should have stopped it. And then last week, the 17-year-old from Philadelphia scoring on a counter after a turnover at midfield.
Very easily could have not even given up a goal so far this year.
He's made a dozen quality saves at least.
Without question. Half-court set for about the last 20 minutes here for Colorado.
Danny Earls, Brian Jordan comes over. Brian Jordan did a good job turning his back, then out hustling Earls to that ball and guarding as it runs over the end line. LA Galaxy soccer camps take place this summer for players of all ages and skill levels. Each program is designed to provide a better understanding of the game's overall tactics in a safe and fun environment. Visit the youth soccer section of LAGalaxy.com to find the right camp for your son or daughter. Mark, you and your wife expecting a daughter? She gonna play soccer?
If it's up to me, yes.
So we'll find out later.
If it's up to my wife, it's tutus and ballet shoes.
Maybe a little of both.
One other note on that, you know, if you're an adult and you're looking to get involved, Galaxy also still have the great fantasy camps. I had a chance to go out there this past year with former Galaxy assistant Ralph Lopez. Excuse me, not Ralph Lopez.
Ralph Lopez, our stage manager from Los Angeles, who's off and around. Bruce Arena has been up and working that sideline. Go ahead.
Ralph Perez.
There you go. Chance here maybe to put it away. And precious seconds just melting off that clock. The Galaxy in no hurry right now. I was going to say, ever since De La Garza signaled the sideline that he wasn't right, Bruce Arena's been up. De La Garza came out in the 81st minute. Brian Jordan comes on. Gael Garza just had a chat with the training staff and then put on his sweat top and sat down.
I think you're right in your assessment that a couple of times when he slipped right there, when you can't control your body due to unstable ground underneath, that's a good opportunity for you to pull something in your back. And you saw him immediately point to the left side of his lower back.
Here comes Colorado one more time. Just a turnover. Claudio Lopez either misread or there was a run cut off. Buttle 1-on-2. He's got Mathis alone in the middle of the field. It'll be a throw in. The Galaxy will keep it. You saw Mathis, top of your screen, running into that open area.
Well, each and every time now, though, the ball goes out or there's a whistle, LA is just going to walk everything, try and slow the pace of the game down for these last 3 minutes, plus probably another 3 minutes of stoppage time. And in fact, that is the case here as the fourth official is about to step up with the board.
Could this be the night the Galaxy finally win in Commerce City? Last win in Denver, 2002. By the way, the Galaxy's last regular season loss, 9/26 of last year.
It's Columbus, right?
Yeah, very good. So since then, they've gone 7-0-2. And a hard tackle by Berhalter.
Good tackle, though. Good tackle.
Got to the ball, then upended Cummings, and here's Buttle. Taken away. Moore and Earls back there on defense, Colorado. And Buttle a little slow to get up.
Yeah, a little bit heavy on that first touch. Got tangled up with Drew Moore. Both players went down.
And they're going to book Buttle. Got that right foot up in the air. And Bruce Arena can't believe it. Came in very late, and I didn't expect it, I'll be honest. Woo. 89th minute plus stoppage. Earl's very quick, the ball at his feet. Colin Clark, and ridden off it. Brian Jordan, nice job there.
Look on the left side of the screen, you can just see all sorts of white jerseys all in a line. Look at all the white jerseys trying to get back and defend here for this last minute, plus 3 minutes of stoppage time. I mean, there gives you a good indication right there. You got 5 or 6 in a row, and then 3 or 4 midfielders in front of that.
Baudet able to get back on it. Omar Gonzalez. He and Ricketts came together right at the point of contact, and they high-five, and Ricketts pats the kid on the back of the head.
No, I thought that was a ball for Ricketts just to grasp right there. He was standing right there. Gonzalez plays it out.
Crowd comes to their feet. Corner kick. Colorado down 1.
Number 5 for the Rapids.
Laurentowicz was trying to rise up. Gonzalez got there for Los Angeles.
Yep, exactly. It's the other number 4. Gonzalez is the center back who glances that one away. Clark going to try and set this up. I thought that went out for a throw, but it is going to be another corner.
Colorado right back to work. Headed up, Ricketts tips it up and out. Another corner kick as we have reached stoppage time, and we're going to play to the wire. A very dangerous ball. It'll be the far side. 3 corner kicks in 45 seconds. Again, bending in. Ricketts tried to punch it, he missed it. Gonzalez got there. And now here's Landon Donovan. And a good chance for LA now to take a lot out of it. Playing this ball ahead. Burchell. And he couldn't get a right foot on it.
Could have played the ball square so early into the space for Clint Mathis. Mathis was just had to be screaming at him to play that ball to him. Burchell has yet to score in an LA Galaxy uniform. He's got 1 assist from last season, so you know that he just wants to get that one.
Here's Cummings. Berhalter got it. Then Gonzalez followed it up, but it's going to be another corner kick for Colorado.
This will be their 8th of the match after 3 in the first half, now 5, and they've had 3 or 4 in about the last 2 minutes down here at this end.
Claudio Lopez, the veteran, one peek and goes to work, looking for the equalizer. Connor Casey upended, chopped right to Ricketts. And a big high punt by Ricketts. Little adrenaline behind that one. 2 minutes into stoppage time. The Galaxy undefeated, and they have never won here. Another opportunity. Clark and Casey. Earls inside Drew Moore. Drew Moore again, not much on it. And it rolls meekly to the hands of Donovan Ricketts.
Not sure if it's Stevens or Berhalter with the sliding save right here. Great little ball there. And it's Berhalter, fantastic play there to lay out wide barrier, almost like a goalkeeper right there, just getting in front of the ball to make sure there wasn't a clean chance for a shot.
Berhalter's earned the meal money tonight.
Oh, without question.
Galaxy fans back home got to be wondering how much stoppage time.
Nail-biting time for sure.
It's 3+, so it could be almost 4, or it could be just over 3. Played into the area again. Desperation for Colorado, but a dangerous team right now. Mastroeni is upended, and it's going to be a free kick just outside the area. They're going to get Karofsky.
Yep, with the contact. And it looked like Mastroeni went down pretty easy, but at this stage of the game, that's what you want to do to earn the free kick chance.
Now, this is a dangerous place, Mark. They'll have Laurentowicz and Lopez. I thought maybe Colin Clark would go out there with that left, but he is inside the 18. Last chance got to be for Colorado.
This is why you put in the hours in the training sessions during the week. Stay focused, stay organized. Ricketts setting the wall to protect the near post.
Lopez.
Nope.
That was well over the bar. There's the whistle. The Galaxy win in Commerce City for the first time ever. They are still undefeated, and Donovan Ricketts, his 5th clean sheet.
5 clean sheets in 7 matches. The Galaxy pick up another 3 points. And it didn't close out with a little bit of nail-biting time, though, in this one. Alan Gordon making his way toward the locker room. Here's Claudio Lopez trying to bend it into that upper corner, considerably over the top of the crossbar, and clearly not his best effort, but the most important part, LA gets the 1-0 win.
Alan Gordon is our Herbalife man of the match. You saw him just waving that index finger. I don't know if that was for his first goal of the season or the Galaxy. #1 team in Major League Soccer right now.
Probably a little bit of both. Alan Gordon is going to be a player that they're going to need when Landon Donovan goes off for his World Cup duty.
Our Subway play of the match, Landon Donovan in the 21st minute to Alan Gordon.
Now,
beautiful.
Yep, now 6 assists to lead Major League Soccer. First time that a game, or a goal I should say, doesn't involve Edson Buttle. Well, that's just fine if you're the LA Galaxy, because you earned the 3 points for the first time ever here in Commerce City here at Dick's Sporting Goods Park.
Todd Donovan, a nice effort tonight. Remember, he banged heads with Omar Cummings. It looks to be okay. It always feels better when you win. So Donovan and the Galaxy now go home, get a good night's sleep at the hotel, and then head to Seattle. We'll come back and wrap things up. The Galaxy win for the first time ever in Commerce City. They're undefeated.